Okay, hi all, welcome to Diversified Finance. My name is Lakal. So today this is the midweek Bitcoin and altcoins watch. So before I start, I just want to make sure that this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. So please do your due diligence before you invest any of your money in any of these asset classes because I could be 100% wrong. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let's quickly get back into the Bitcoin price chart. Let me share. Okay, so okay, can you guys see the chart?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect. All right, now, so okay, so Bitcoin right now is not looking too bad actually. As you guys can see here, we can see this is the daily chart, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 days in a row, we are seeing like higher highs. It's nothing promising as yet, like because given that when we see such a huge drop, we tend to see some kind of it could be a dead cat bounce, right? It could recover likewise and then get rejected and come back down. There's a possibility that it could happen, and there's a probability it could happen. But given that, looking at RSI, right? Look, RSI dropped all the way back down to like 20 on the daily chart, and the even during May drop, we never seen RSI drop to these levels, right? So last time we've seen this sort of level for RSI, it was in 2020 drop. Like for example, let's just say, let's go with this one, and then this is where we bounce back. So yeah, so even May, this is the May drop. So 2021 May 18, it didn't even, so when Bitcoin dropped from 60 to 30, 60K to 30K, it did not drop to these levels on the RSI, right? And last time it was in this area, that was 2020 March during the COVID dump. And even before that, it was like 2019. So it's pretty, the point I'm trying to make is it got to levels like, really oversold. That's why, like, I've been asking people to DCA at those levels because it was a great buying opportunity. But having said that, nothing's promising. Like, we can't say exactly this would reverse and go back up. But looking at the RSI, it's there's a higher probability that we'll probably go back above. Like, given that we have been in these oversold levels and extreme greed, extreme fear levels, there's a high chance that we'll switch back and then go back up to these levels, like, somewhere near extreme greed. We are still waiting for Fed to come out and tell us, like, their forecast, that they're gonna be really hawkish and they're gonna have more interest rate cuts, or given that the market has gone down, like traditional markets like Nasdaq and Dow Jones went down so much, they might say, oh, instead of 4 high interest rate hikes, we're gonna do only like 2 or something like that. So it depends on what they're gonna say. And then what the next level I would like to see is like 40K. I would like to see Bitcoin breaks above 40K and consolidate above 40K before we see higher prices. Yeah, so no doubt it's a good time for us to DCA for long term, like, maybe 6 to 12 month perspective. And we can see it got down to, like, really oversold levels. And then even if you say the drop we had from here to there, so if I clone that, let me clone it, and then if I drag it and put it up here. See, we had like, exactly similar correction from 69 to about 33, right? So that's why we might not see 30K, because the other thing is everybody's expecting 30K, Bitcoin drop to 30K. Given that we have already gone to like oversold levels, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of whales like got in at these levels, right? They are pretty sure they accumulated heavy around these levels because it's a lot cheaper rather than buying Bitcoin at 69,000 or over 60K. And more than that, if you look at over here, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, like pretty good, like good looking volume, green volume, buy volume. So that's kind of like something promising as well. Yeah, so next level to watch is 40K. Let's see what Fed's gonna come out like tonight. Like, we probably will be out tonight by or tomorrow morning. And then even Dow Jones last night dropped a lot. Like, it's a severe drop. Even if you look at this is the Nasdaq. Yeah, so even for Nasdaq, it dropped to oversold levels, right? So there's a higher probability that it has to turn around and go back up. And then even for Nasdaq, if you look at the RSI, last time we were in those levels in again 2020 March, Feb, right? So it got to a level it was like extremely oversold. It seems like cannot go any lower. So that's why I believe maybe it'll turn around and go back up. It seems like looking at Nasdaq, if we compare Nasdaq and Bitcoin, Nasdaq recovered a lot a bit earlier than Nasdaq. Given that like the Bitcoin is 24/7, it trades 24/7. Nasdaq, we'll see what will happen overnight. If we see like a bigger bounce for Nasdaq, and then if Nasdaq goes up a lot higher, then that'll be really good news for us, like for anyone's holding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And then that means the market has heard like extremely what they want to hear from Fed. So because of that, we will see like a bigger reversal, and it will come out from these oversold levels, and we see a lot higher prices in like a few days or so. So let's wait and see what will happen. So that's for Bitcoin price. Ethereum, it's the same, like it's oversold as well. Look at it, like it just dropped to like 20, 21 or so on the RSI. So we could expect like when Ethereum goes back, when Bitcoin goes back up, Ethereum will recover and will go back up as well. There's no doubt about that. And apart from that, yeah, so I don't need to mention like all coins like got hammered, right? I mean, it's a really good buying opportunity. Coins like SLP, like even QNT, this one dropped to about like 85, right, from 300 or so, or sorry, 429. It dropped all the way to like 85 or something. So it's like a massive drop. So all coins dropped a lot compared to others. Like, see, they dropped 80%. Like this is like for some of the old coins, you can call it a bear market. And then coins like say TEL, this is, it dropped about, yeah, see, easy 80%. So and one more thing, like I heard this from one of the YouTubers, right? Let's have a look at the LTC chart. So he found out something which is really interesting, right? So he has a point. So I heard this from one of the YouTubers, like it's a Sri Lankan like YouTuber. This is what he said. He said, let's look at LTC chart, right? So LTC dropped to like about $25 during the COVID dump, and since then it went all the way up to like 413. And then this happened in May last year, right? So it's been like 250 something days. So the last high for LTC, that was around 260 days. So this is a daily chart. So 260 days ago, that's when we seen the all-time highs for LTC. So let's say someone just had LTC on their portfolio, nothing else, no Bitcoin and Ethereum, just LTC. For someone who has been holding LTC and nothing else, for him, we can call it's a bear market for him, right? So 260 days, LTC kept on going down, and then from all-time highs, it's down about 73%. So from all-time highs, this LTC is down like 73%, and it has been in these levels, like it's chopped, like it went back and forth, like up and down, for about like 260 days. Then, like from all LTC point of view, it's a bear market. Like let's say it's a mini bear market. But why, like there's a reason why we didn't see it, right? So what happened to Bitcoin? Because we were so focused on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So when LTC Litecoin hit like all-time highs, right? It was somewhere over here when Bitcoin dropped and then went back up to 60,000. That's when we've seen all-time highs for LTC. And since then, Bitcoin dropped, went up to 52, and after 40K, Bitcoin is supposed to go a lot lower, right? And then we're supposed to see something similar to this, right? It drops like that and come back up and then break this level like that, and then we're supposed to be somewhere over here on the bottom. But this rally from 40K back up to 90K, right? It fooled everyone, right? Everyone thought, okay, looks like we are going to 100K. But looking at this right now, compared to LTC, a lot of the old coins like Dash has a similar scenario compared similar to LTC, and Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV has a similar chart compared to LTC. So this rally right here is part of a correction. That's what he says, and I agree. This is actually part of the correction. So this is the top we had, and then it dropped, went back up. It's supposed to go a lot lower, but instead of that, it just went. They just push the price back up higher, above 65K, fooling everyone's like it's going to 100K. So this is kind of like we can call it a correction, part of a correction, which push the price above 65K, like expecting like it's part of the bull run, but this is part of the correction as well. That's what he said. But the good thing is, if someone's still holding LTC, like say someone who bought LTC or Dash or Bitcoin Cash, like last year in May or before that, it has already been 262 days, right? So it seems like we are due for a pump for these all the old coins. So that's why I believe Bitcoin will correct from here and go back a lot higher. And then let's not forget, if Bitcoin drops below 30K, the next support will be like 20. But there'll be so many other people want to buy Bitcoin below 30 at 25, 20K, right? But where's not going to let them buy it at lower levels, right? So that's not going to happen either. What I would expect, first they would probably pump it. I'm not expecting this recovery is not going to go all the way to 100, right? We are maybe maybe 9 to 10 months away from a massive all-time high. It's like parabolic top. So what I would believe, this Bitcoin will consolidate here for some time, probably go back up to 52.50 or probably sit somewhere there, and then we might see another correction back down to 30 or below 30. That could happen, right? But I'm not gonna worry about the price action anymore, right? I'm gonna focus on the RSI and the fear and greed index, and then by looking at that, so this is pretty obvious to anyone. See what happened over here, it came to oversold levels, then went back up to overbought levels, right? And dropped back down, went back up to overbought levels, and now we are at oversold levels. It's pretty obvious the next move would be somewhere over here at overbought levels. So that will give us a give us enough opportunity. I guess if you buy right now, right, for that we have to accumulate right now. We have to take a risk and accumulate right now. If it goes down further, we call it like, as part of we are DCAing for long term. That's what we got to do. Yeah. So when it goes back up higher, up to these levels, right, we can simply say, okay, we take some profit out, like, and regardless of the market, what the market does, even if someone says going to like 200,000-300,000 K, I'm not gonna be bothered. Like, I'll take some profit and make sure I have enough cash set aside for next time when I see Bitcoin at extreme fear or oversold levels. I want to make sure that I have enough cash to get back in. And while we see, I think when we DCA, like, we need to have a bit of discipline as well. See, for example, let's look at QNT, for example, right? So this is what I did. I DCA, looking at the RSI. Let's go to the RS. Let's look at the RSI. So I actually DCA quant somewhere around this area, and somewhere around this area, and somewhere around this area, and then probably maybe around this area, something like that, right? So I got it like, the average price is not too bad, but from now on, what I'm going to do, right? Because I feel like I DCA lot earlier, right? DCAing right here when RSI is 50 is not a good thing to do, right? Because price for quant at these levels used to be like 300, and then it dropped to like 100, right? So instead of DCing over here, I wish I DC'd somewhere else. I started DCing somewhere over these levels, somewhere over here when Bitcoin is at, sorry, quant is at like 165. Then I would have it would have given me the opportunity to accumulate more coins rather than DCing over here. So we need to learn how to DCA as well. Like, I'm learning as well. So I felt right now I know what my mistake was. Like, I DCA a little bit early, right? And then towards the end, towards this, when it got to these levels, right, when Bitcoin dropped to extreme on like oversold levels, I wish I had more money, right? I had a bit of money, but I wish I had more money. So from now on, what I'm gonna do next time when any of these coins, right, doesn't matter what kind of coin it is, when I see the RSI above 70, 80, 85, like at these levels, I'll start like start DCAing sell. I'll DCA sell at these levels when, like, for example, I'll DCA sell. Let's say I bought around this area, right? I'll DCA sell around this area, right? And then we need to have some kind of discipline. I'm not going to get back into quant unless I see quant near 30, near these areas, right? So you DCA in this, DCA sell this area, take profit, regardless whether the price is cheap around this area, right? We're not going to get in, because like it's not a good thing. Like, might go back up, but that's fine. Like, that's too bad. But we need to have like bit of a strategy where we say, okay, I sold, like, I made a bit of money, but if I want to get back in and accumulate more quant for long term, I will at least wait until RSI for quant drop below 40 or somewhere near 30. Until then, I'm not going to touch it. I'll just go and look for another coin. So this is what we got to do. Like, because when we DCA, if you put like too much of money and we got in early, when it's at oversold levels, like, when it's at a bargain, we might not be able to have more liquidity, like, more money to buy in, like, at oversold levels, right? I mean, no one knows how low it's going to go, that's for sure. But DCing lot early, like when RSI is around like 50 is not a good thing for any coin. Next time when DCA when the RSI is at 50, I'm not gonna accumulate, like, for long term. I'll wait for it to drop at least below 40 or close to 30, right? Because it came all the way to 20. What is it? About 17, right? So if let's say I did not buy somewhere over here, and if I accumulated like, around these areas, right, it would have been perfect, right? Even if I miss this one, this is still about like 160. It's really cheap, right? Then maybe another 30% accumulate in this area would have been perfect. But when like, where like when Cont was at like 250, no one knew it's going to happen, right? Because looked as if it's going to hold this support and go a lot higher, but because the Bitcoin went down, it dragged the whole market along with it. So we need to practice more on DCA sell and DCA buy as well in the future, right? So we'll make the most of it, right? No one knows. I mean, like last year in December, I did not know. Last year in October, November, I didn't know like it's gonna drop to like 85 or 100, right? I thought it probably dropped like 200 and will go back higher. So DCA, when you DCA, we need to have a bit of discipline as well. We sell at above 70, like DCA sell, like portions, like the whole lot, and we're not gonna accumulate unless we see this coin at oversold levels, right? If you don't see it, that's fine. We just go and look for another coin. Okay, so that's about DCA buy and sell. Yeah, so a lot of coins are really cheap at the moment, right? I mean, like for long term, if you want to accumulate, these coins are really cheap. Even Shiba Inu is really cheap, right? It came all the way back down to 2163, like below 0.786 level, somewhere near here. So yeah, there's a lot of cheap altcoins at the moment, but regardless of what you do, make sure you have 50%, 40 to 50% in Bitcoin, 20 to 30% in Ethereum, the other 30% we go into altcoins. But if you see a further capitulation, right? If you see Bitcoin drop a little bit, or if you see, let's say, if you see Bitcoins not stay in this area for so long, right? Or maybe feel like a small red candle, then all coins will drop a lot harder. And then at that time, like during a capitulation, that's when we should buy more all coins, right? Because all coins will bleed a lot harder. Yeah, so this is what I want to say. So that was the important thing, that something we missed. LTC, Dash, most of the older old coins, right, were in a bear market since May. It made a higher high, parabolic top, and since then they are down about like 70-80%, and they've been in these levels for like 260 days. The good thing is the 260 days of a mini bear market is already finished for those coins, right? So maybe the next after a couple of months or so, we might see a lot higher prices for those coins as well. So if you're holding any older coins, like we can see a bit of light and like at the end of the tunnel, so it's not too bad. So yeah, so that's that. And what else? Yeah, so focus on metaverse, gaming tokens, and NFTs, right? So 2022 is going to be a huge year for NFTs, but let's one step at a time. Let's see, like overnight or by tomorrow. Let's see what the Fed's gonna say. Let me just check whether the FTSE. I think the FTSE is open. I mean the London share market. Yeah, so FTSE is up about 1.56%, right? So this is looking good, meaning 114 points FTSE. The London share market is up about like 114 or 1.56%. That means there's good news has come out from the Fed. So we'll see a lot higher prices for Nasdaq tonight and for Dow Jones as well, which will help Bitcoin to pump a lot higher. And also what I've done, this is not financial advice. I've bought, got into a few altcoin bear tokens. Sorry, altcoin bull altcoin tokens, right? So like we have, say, on Binance we have Bitcoin up and Bitcoin down. So meaning when Bitcoin goes up, Bitcoin up goes like a lot higher, right? We get magnified gains from Bitcoin BTC up. And when Bitcoin goes down, if you let's say you bought, let's say you had BTC down, when Bitcoin goes down, BTC down used to go a lot lower as well, and it will make you more money. But during this dump, like a lot of the bull tokens, like we know Bitcoin dropped and then Ethereum dropped, but all coins dropped a lot harder. So because of that, all coin bulls, like for example LTC bull, Cardano bull, right? Mana bull, like these kind of tokens, right? Matic Bull, these kind of bull tokens drop lot harder. So if someone, it's a good opportunity. Like this is high risk. This is high risk. It's from the high risk category because they are leverage tokens. So I'm not recommending anyone to put 50% of your portfolio into these tokens. But if you really want, you can maybe have like 5 to 10% in these tokens, because when these tokens all coins recover, you get magnified gains from bull tokens. So bull tokens are really cheap. I bought them last night when the market went down so much. And you also have them on FTX, and you can buy them on KuCoin as well. I think on KuCoin it's called 3x long, so Mana 3L. So for example, this one right here, Mana 3L, I bought this on that day when the market went down. So Mana, like that's like a NFT token. Right? I also bought Gala Gala 3x low. I bought that as well on KuCoin. So yeah, so bull tokens, there's a high risk, but bull tokens are really cheap at the moment. You can just add little bit of money there and see what happens. That's that. And then yeah, for now things are looking good, right? I mean, seems like it seems like the downtrend is over, but we still have to wait and see. Looks like it's over, but I'm quite happy to see 4 green candles so far. So even like if you go back, we haven't seen green candles anywhere over here, right? 4 green candles in a row. We've seen there's 4 green candles over here. This day is not enough, so we have to wait and see. Yeah, so we've seen something like some like more green candles over this area right here. Yeah, see, there's a lot of green candles here. So it looks as if like it's looking really good at the moment. And then given that this dragonfly doji, right? Let me just zoom out a bit. This dragonfly doji, right? Long wick. So that means the price went down, and then there's a lot of buying pressure because of that. The body got smaller, right? And then it has like a small wick, and it kind of got rejected from the top as well. But the bottom wick is a lot longer compared to the top one. So that means there's a lot of buying pressure came in, and you can back that by looking at this buy volume candles right here. So on the weekly, if you see a similar candle like this Sunday, if you see something similar candle, like it's already there, but the week is not over, right? So this is the only worry. So if we see this candle, right, something similar to over here, right, something similar to like over here, like that, right? If we see something like that, it'll be perfect, right? So that's what we want to see. So this candle, that's what I'm looking at. So if you see this candle, something similar to that, and then the body goes a lot higher, like say if Bitcoin goes all the way up to 40, that is like a really bullish weekly candle, right? Weekly close we want to see. And even if let's look at the Heikin-Ashi. Yeah, still high. According to Heikin-Ashi, we are still in a downtrend, unfortunately. Right? See, everything is red. And then when you compare this, right, it seems like this drop we are seeing right now is severe than the drop we had over here. Like so many red candles compared to here. This one. So let's look at the daily chart on Heikin-Ashi. Yeah, see, this is a good sign. So when you see green candles right on Heikin-Ashi, that means the trend is reversing. Yes, we've seen this before, right? And then it kept on dropping. So that's why we need to wait and see for some time until end of, as like the weekly candle on the norm. If you look at the normal candles, weekly candle, if we see a dragonfly doji, right? At the end of this week, it'll be perfect, right? So it'll be a good start for the week. Yeah, so that's all for my end. Yeah, and then this is the total too. Oh yeah, a few things here. Hold on. Yeah, this is the total too. meaning this is everything except Bitcoin. So this is the all coins. So all coins, like all the whole total market except Bitcoin, right? So these are the all coins. So all coins drop to like oversold levels. That's why I said it doesn't matter which coin you pick, everything is cheap. So that's the market excluding Bitcoin. And then this is something bullish as well, right? For all coins, this is the Bitcoin dominance. So right now it's at overbought levels, right? So it's at 70 right now. So it could go all the way up to like 75. If you see like some crazy pump for Bitcoin, then we might even see it goes up all the way up to these levels, right? Some 80, 85 or so, right? But eventually, we know what's going to happen for this is the Bitcoin dominance, right? So when Bitcoin dominance goes up a lot higher, that means all coins are comparatively gone down compared to Bitcoin. But whenever it reverses and go back down to oversold levels, right? So the next possible, like the more probable thing is for Bitcoin dominance to drop, right? So before that, I would like to see Bitcoin dominance goes all the way up to probably about like 85 or something like that, and then I want to see it collapse. So when that happens, during these times, this is when you see people sell Bitcoin and then they start buying all coins. So all coins will go a lot harder, and then it will be like a massive all coin rally. So these things are looking good for all coins as well. So we want to see it go up here and drop back down to oversold levels. That's when we would see during this time. That's when we see all coins tend to go up like crazy. So that is a good sign for all coins as well. Yeah, so I think that's it from my end for today. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, do you guys have any questions? Do you guys have any questions you can ask right now?
Lakhal, in the KuCoin, is a bull coin is still says as bull or any other name?
No, on KuCoin, it says 3L, L for long. So for example, if I say I bought some Gala 3, not coming up, right? Yeah, for some reason it's not coming up. Okay, it's like let's try Matic 3. Yeah, like this. So bull tokens, all the bull tokens, like it'll be like Matic 3x low. See, it says KuCoin here. So if someone wants to buy Matic 3x, so the Matic bull token, which is with 3x long on KuCoin, it looks like this. And if you want to short it, like if you want to buy the BTC down or bear, Matic bear, it'll be like 3x short. We don't want to buy that now because we're not expecting price to go down short for the short term. So yeah, KuCoin it's not too bad. We can play with this, and we can probably add some Bitcoin bull as well, Ethereum bull, and some few altcoin bulls. Like just don't. This is high risk, so if the market goes down, forget it. This will go like it'll drop like 50% like that. So we can add like maybe allocate 5 to 10% of your portfolio on this bull token because it'll give you like quick money, right? Put like if you want to bet small amount of money and make a bigger amount like 3x 4 5x, this is the place to be. 3x long up tokens or bull tokens at the moment, given that we are oversold. That's why I'm saying. But at the top, you can buy the other ones, down tokens, 3x short tokens, or bear tokens, Matic bear. You can do. Okay, you guys have any other questions? Okay, then if you don't have any questions, we can call it a day. Yeah, so thanks for your participation. Big week. Let's see what will happen on Sunday, right? So Sunday we're gonna have another Zoom session. So hopefully Bitcoin will be about 40K, consolidating, things will be looking good. All the best, guys. Thanks for your time. See you. Bye.